Hey you guys, welcome back to Rich in Colors, and today we're going to explore the complicated subject that is the paradox, but don't be worried, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at what we're going to do today. So a paradox is a statement that is kind of hard to understand because it seems contradictory at first, but if you take a look at it a little bit deeper, it can also be true. And I think it's easier understood if we use examples. So let's take a look at this word, or this phrase, less is more. So when we hear less is more, we think to ourselves, how could this possibly be true? How could we have less, but at the same time have more? But in fashion and in graphic design, we see this all the time. Something that has too much can be distracting, it can be chaotic, but if your design is a little bit more simple, less might actually be a little bit more desirable. It'll be less distracting. So that's an example of how it works in fashion, but paradox happens in our life all the time. And it's a really, really hard thing for us to get a grasp on. It's one of the most complicated things about being human because it's hard for us to understand how two conflicting thoughts can both be understood at the same time. How could our brains figure that out? Our brains want us to figure out a situation, categorize it, find a solution, and be done, and move on. But that's not how life really works. There's not really a black and a white. There's a lot of gray. And we gotta pull through all of that in order to find acceptance. Because our reality isn't bound in logic, like I was saying. It's not black and white. Paradox plays somewhere in between. There's no one right solution to it. So how can we do this? How can we accept this? I will say that if you do accept paradox in your life, you're going to find yourself being able to hold multiple beliefs at once. It makes you see things from different perspectives, makes you understand the nuance of a situation, and it appreciates that nothing really is truly all good and all bad, right? First, let's start out with a free write prompt because you know I love free writing so much, and I want you to explore how paradox takes a role in your life. So, when did you ever feel conflicted about two emotions that seemed super oppositional? When do you feel yourself being pulled in two different directions? Look at your life. What are you struggling with? Is there another side to the story? Are you looking at only one side? In our personal sketchbook page today, we're going to work at holding two truths at the same time. So I have set this up by tracing my two hands because I thought it would be real clever because we're looking at holding two beliefs at once, so hands are super symbolic. But if you're not feeling particularly artistic today, that's fine. Fold your paper in half, draw a line in between, however that works. We're going to throw some paradoxes on these pages, okay? On the left side, we're going to write the first part of the statement, and on the right side, we're going to write the second part of the statement. So here's my work. Here's some things I came up with. My friend Lisa the other day shared a wonderful passage that was written by George Carlin. If you don't know who George Carlin was, he was a comedian, super clever, super witty. He just kind of understood our daily life in a perspective that I really haven't seen too many other people understand. And he really grasped this idea of paradox. So I'm going to read this to you. The paradox of our time in history is that we have taller buildings but shorter tempers, wider freeways but narrower viewpoints. We spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences but less time. We have more degrees but less sense, more knowledge but less judgment, more experts yet more problems, more medicine but less wellness. We drink too much, smoke too much, spend too recklessly, laugh too little, drive too fast, get too angry, stay up too late, get up too tired, read too little, watch too much TV, and pray too seldom. We have multiplied our possessions but reduced our values. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. We've learned how to make a living but not a life. We've added years to life, not life to years. We've been all the way to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet a new neighbor. We conquered outer space, but not our inner space. We've done larger things, but not better things. We've cleaned up the air, but polluted our soul. We've conquered the atom, but not our prejudice. We write more, but learn less. We plan more, but accomplish less. We've learned to rush, but not to wait. We build more computers to hold more information, to produce more copies than ever, but we communicate less and less. I hope today you were able to understand how paradox takes a part in your life all the time. And although it's complicated and although it's tricky, it is so valuable to understand how to find acceptance within it because it can open up your world to more perspectives. So thank you so much for joining me today. I will be here again next Monday making videos. It gives me a reason to, get dressed, do my makeup a little bit, do my hair a little bit. So I will be here next Monday. So like and subscribe so you get all of the updates. Find me on Instagram with Rich in Colors to see some of the artwork I'm making along the way. Check out the website, check out the blog. I got a lot of stuff for you guys, so just keep coming back. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.